Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for letting me speak here today. My name is Devin Newcomer. I'm an ROTC cadet, as you can tell by the uniform. I'm a junior here at Shippensburg University, and I have been fortunate enough to be able to conduct undergraduate research with Dr. Berg. Okay, I am from Goldsboro, Pennsylvania. If you know where Goldsboro is, it's out towards the New Cumberland Army Depot. Originally, I was given the prep school option for the United States Military Academy at West Point. In the spring of my senior year, I took a trip by chance down to Shippensburg University and decided to drop everything that I was doing for the military academy. I called them about a week later, told them I was not coming, and that I wanted to compete for a four-year Army ROTC scholarship. I won that scholarship and decided to come here. I've never looked back. I've never regretted my choice once. I love this community. I love this school. My connection to Stewart Hall is Stewart Hall was the founding of the Student Veterans Club, which later turns into the Student Veterans Associations and the other clubs that we have on campus. And obviously the Army is about connecting with the community outside of the uniform, and obviously my focus on 20th century history and this university is something that I'm really, really interested in. And so thank you again for letting me have the opportunity to be able to conduct this and get outside and get to know some of our Pennsylvania veterans.
I should also mention, by the way, Devin's the president of the History Club, and in the last, it's only 3 weeks, has just been a whirlwind with the other officers in terms of building a really exciting club. So thank you, Devin.
Hi, my name is Taylor Mason, and I'm a sophomore here at Shippensburg University. I am originally from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Hey. I graduated from Lampeter, Strasburg in 2013.
Wow, I actually lived in Lampeter.
Okay, yeah, it's a great place. It's a great place.
I lived in Little Street.
Okay, I'm from Lampeter, so just next door.
That's right.
But anyway, I chose Shippensburg because when I came to visit here, I loved the history professors that I met. They made me feel welcome. Everyone in the community made me feel welcome. I love the new dorms, by the way. That's the other reason why I picked it, but it just felt so nice and it felt comfortable more than the other schools I looked at. But I am a history major with a concentration in public history, and that's another reason why I chose Shippensburg. Public history is not a very common major yet. It's more of a master's program, and when I saw Shippensburg had it as a concentration, it went to the top of my list because I wanted to get a good basis before I went for master's. I'm also a peer tutor with the history department. I'm a paid fellow this year, so I tutor 3 times a week for any student who needs help with papers, midterms, anything you can think of. I try to help them with my other tutors along with me. Yeah, Dr. Berg came to me, I think last year, and asked me about the project, and it sounded like something I really wanted to do, and it looked great on the resume, and I love doing research. So I just want to thank you for funding our project, and I really look forward to sharing our experiences with you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm David Beecher. I'm from York, Pennsylvania. My background, I need to tell you this because it sort of matters. I spent 27 years in real estate development project management, with the vast majority of it being the adaptive reuse of historic buildings, turning warehouses into apartment buildings, that sort of thing. What that means is that history to me is not names, dates, and places, but these buildings have a life of their own and they speak to you, and they're important to the community. And what that means is that when you finally get to a point in your life where you don't have to do that anymore, or you don't want to do that anymore, and you think, I can finally go back to school and get a master's, then what you really want to do is something that matters to you. And Shippensburg's public history program, the Masters in Public History, matters because it is taking history and bringing it to the public and bringing it alive, which is why the Stewart Hall project is so critical. It's not just bricks and mortar. It's a story. It's a story of how it came to be. It's a story of how people lived and how people got to know each other. And what you can do is take the history of the building, the construction of the building, and people's lives and bring it together through these oral histories. And like everybody else said, thank you so much for your involvement. It really means a lot.
Just as a final word, it's been wonderful for me getting to work on this project because I think one of the things that's so interesting about history, and especially local history, is that it can transform places that seem familiar and suddenly they become extraordinary, both in terms of talking to people, but also learning what this little building on campus that I walked by 1,000 times, that it had been a gymnasium, a dormitory, it had been a social hall, the radio station, classrooms, people had lived there, worked there, offices. It really, and especially as we get this opportunity to talk to people about the important moments in their life that happened there, it has been really powerful, I think, for all of us. So I want to thank you for this opportunity.